You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about Valentine's return to Port Charles and Britt being targeted. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got predictions for Curtis and Portia, for Ronnie and Martin, for Jordan and Curtis, for Valentine and Carly, and also for Joselyn and Britt. And hey, if you're not following us, please reach down, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. Our very first prediction: Curtis is furious about Portia's new lover. So Monday spoilers have Curtis telling Jordan that he wants her, just her. That's the same day that Sonny's telling Alexis that Portia is a viable alternative suspect, and he's going to fill her in on what Nina told him. On Tuesday, Portia has harsh words for Jordan. She goes off on her. And on Wednesday, Sonny is meeting privately with DA Justine. So Curtis already got pushy with Isaiah up at the hospital the other day, even though Curtis didn't and still doesn't know yet that Isaiah's been hooking up with Portia. But we definitely saw the two men pushing each other's buttons and being aggressive. Thanks to Jordan blabbing, now Curtis knows that Portia is pregnant and he assumes the baby is his. She wants to wait till the first trimester to tell anybody because she wanted to be able to do a paternity test. But Portia is dealing with fallout because Jordan messed that all up. And now Nina is interfering and things are about to go off the rails. So, Nina went to Sonny, told him that Drew had blackmail info on Portia, so she had a motive to kill Drew. And as far as Nina knows, Portia doesn't have an alibi. Now, we all know she actually does. And once Alexis and maybe the DA get Portia's name, they're going to circle back around, start asking questions. The thing is, Portia and Curtis are pretty sure that Drew has lost his blackmail info, so this motive doesn't really exist. They can't prove the motive because the blackmail materials have been destroyed thanks to Trina. But they may still ask Portia for an alibi, and that means she's got to name Isaiah, which will out their fling, which came, at the end. It overlapped at the end of her marriage to Curtis. I mean, she said she was tired of doing all this back and forth, but then she immediately, like 5 minutes later, slept with Isaiah. So Curtis is going to realize that somebody else has been in Portia's bed. She doesn't know who the father of her baby is, and which is kind of a replay over the whole Trina situation, and I think Curtis is going to lose it. Our second prediction: Ronnie rats out Martin. Monday spoilers have Drew pressuring Ronnie to hurry up and sign those papers, but Outback the dog runs off with the documents. At the same time, Tracy's on her way over there to stop the sale because she's got Monica's real will in her hand and is coming for Ronnie. On Tuesday, Martin confides in Laura, according to spoilers. So when Tracy confronts Ronnie with Monica's real will, I do suspect Ronnie may tell Tracy and the Quartermaines that this is all Martin's doing. Ronnie may out him, say he's behind everything. We all know Martin is the one who altered Monica's will and blackmailed Ronnie into selling the house to Drew. And Martin had told Ronnie if she didn't do it, he'd make sure she went to prison. So I think she's going to throw Martin under the bus to make sure that she's not the one locked up for this. Tracy will probably have no problem believing that Martin would do this to screw her over. So she may let Ronnie off the hook and just go after Martin. And I mean, in the Tracy versus Martin war, I'm not even sure who to cheer for because I enjoy both sides of the fight. Our third prediction: Jordan sleeps with Curtis. So on Monday, he tells Jordan that he wants her. And recently, she confided in Laura. Jordan told her that her feelings for Curtis are stronger than they ever have been. However, Jordan also thought Curtis was going to reconcile with Portia the second he found out she was pregnant, because Curtis didn't get to be there when Trina was gestating and born and growing up. Jordan figured he'd work things out with Portia to have this child in his life, but Curtis is already mad that Portia wasn't going to tell him about the baby. And despite Curtis wanting to be involved in the kid's life, I actually don't think he wants the marriage or Portia. So once Curtis tells Jordan, I'll co-parent the baby, but I am done with Portia, I do see them hitting the sheets. I don't think they're going to fight their feelings for each other very long. And this week, Curtis is also going to find out that Portia has been in bed with Isaiah, and that could put Curtis and Jordan on the path to a full-on reunion. Our fourth prediction, Valentine advises Carly on the next move to make. So Thursday, General Hospital spoilers say a familiar face lands in Port Charles, and on Friday, Carly updates Valentine. So looks like Carly got what she wanted from Jack Brennan. She was low-key manipulating him by suggesting he get Valentine moved back to the U.S. so that he can, use Charlotte as a tool to get the info from Valentine that Jack wants. But this is exactly what Carly and Valentine want. So it sounds like he's going to be in a local WSB facility, maybe even in Port Charles itself. And then Carly has an update for Valentine this week. So I think she wants to talk to him about the plan to take down Jack now that Valentine is in town and close enough to really help Carly ramp this up. So I do think Valentine's going to have some pretty clever suggestions for Carly on what to do next. They are going to play Jack like a fiddle, and I'm really liking Valentine and Carly working together, if I'm being honest. It's new, it's fresh, it's different, and I wonder if this is the beginning of the end for Brennan, and they're going to get the better of him, and he's going to be gone soon. All right, our fifth and final prediction, Joselyn is assigned to stalk Britt. So Monday, General Hospital spoilers have Britt caught in the act, and Emma and Gio furthering their plan against Dalton. Tuesday, we have Britt getting a warning, and by Thursday, Joss receives a new assignment. So Jack wants to know what Britt's up to. Anna tried grilling Britt and didn't get anything. Jason asked questions, but Britt hasn't caved. All we know is she's working on her dad, Cesar Faison's legacy experiments. But the only people in Port Charles who actually know what Britt is up to are Sidwell and Dalton and her. So I suspect Jack's going to give Joselyn a new assignment related to Britt. He may ask her to keep an eye on her for the WSB. Emma is also watching at the same time. With Britt working for Sidwell and being Dalton's new boss, things should shift into high gear, especially now that we're into November sweeps. We're probably going to find out the identity of the mystery boss, and it may be Britt's dad. It may be Nathan, who, could be pretending to be somebody else. I still think that's Peter in his head. We'll find out. But I do think Brennan may use Joss to keep tabs on Britt so that they know what she's really up to. Only problem is Britt knows Joss works for the WSB, so that could actually make things harder. We'll find out more soon.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.